Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pick Up Cop Vlogs and more here. This is gonna be a little bit different video than normal. I'm not doing any singing today. It's just been a super sad day for me. Today, my brother had to take my brother to the hospital because something happened with his chest pain and all that. But there's something I want to talk about. It's a very real thing. It's called depression, and I've struggled with it all my life, and I'm pretty sure everybody struggled all their life. My brother and sister have, and everybody struggled with it, and some more than others. And it's just really hard for me because I could be doing something, and then I just feel it, and I just feel down. And today I felt like I let everybody down, and kind of felt like I haven't really been an uncle to the person I should be. And so going through that is just so hard. And I've been in and out of relationships. I've bounced back and forth, and just finding someone so hard, and just kind of giving up. But I just want to talk about depression. Depression is hard for everybody, and it's hard for me because I can be doing something and I just don't feel like me, and I don't feel happy, I don't feel anything, and there's people that are there for me, and I think it's the best thing to have people that are there for you when there's nobody else. And depression is just crazy at times. I had my first run-in with it after my little brother passed away. It was a year later. I was sitting at the dinner table with my sister and my family, and it just hit me. I didn't feel happy. I couldn't smile. I didn't want to smile. I couldn't do anything, and I just didn't want to smile. I didn't want to do anything. I just didn't feel like doing anything. I felt off, and I didn't know what it was at the time. And I lost part of myself the day after my little brother passed away, and I realized how much I really missed him and how he was never gonna come back. And that made me depressed, is because I was never gonna see him again, and I was going through being bullied and all that, and it just made me so depressed, and I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to turn to, and so I just kept it bottled inside. And now that I'm 19, an adult, it's different now. I mean, I get depressed about things in my life and feel like nobody else cares, and that's just how I am. And I feel like sometimes I feel like nobody's there for me when there's people that are there for me, and I feel like I failed at things when I haven't. It's just finding, like what my sister Stacy said, it's finding what makes you happy. And frankly, well, that stuff makes me happy. It's just right now I'm not happy at all. And I'm in a good spot. It's just I feel like my wheels are turning. It's just I don't know right now. Life is so difficult. You don't realize what life throws at you. I work a factory job, and I get paid $8.60 an hour for 9 hours. And what's funny is it's all performance based. I can work my butt off and do great, and it not matter. And that's what makes me angry, is that I work a factory job, and they typically pay better than anything, and I'm being paid $8.60 an hour for 9 hours, Monday through Friday, and sometimes on the weekends when it's mandatory. And that's got me down, is I can't keep doing it. I can't keep working an $8.60 hour job when, you know, I just can't do it. It just annoys me, is that I just can't. It's not my life. There's family members that I haven't seen in almost 13, 14 years. I just got in contact with my family, and it's hard starting out and trying to, build something. And so I think it's time I had a thing called My Life Story a while ago, but this one's gonna be different. I have more information on this one than I did the last one. So, I was born October 16th, 1999 at University Hospital. I was born to Michelle and Donald Carey. My father's always been a heavy drinker, he'd been into drugs, and my mother was getting into believing him. She couldn't deal with it anymore. And she went to her friend's house. He found out where she was staying at, and went there. And he said that she had a knife and was trying to, kill herself or kill him, and he was trying to stop her from doing it, so he put his arm around her neck and squeezed to pass her out. Well, he went a little too far, and he did more than just pass her out. He ended up killing my mother. My mother was wearing a nightgown at the time. She was found underneath the table with a jacket covering her. And the people that were upstairs told the police that Donald had to come by, and they ended up going upstairs so they could talk. Well, they found her the next morning and liked that. And stuff happened, and he was sentenced to 15 to life with chance of parole. And my sister Amber and everybody was put into foster homes. And we had people that could have taken us that didn't. One of them was my aunt and uncle, and they just wouldn't take us. And they just wouldn't do it. And they were even going to give them money to, have an nurse or house and have stuff, to, whatever, and they just didn't take it. So I was put in a foster home with my sister. My brother got the brunt end of the deal and ended up putting in a boys' home. And that was hard for him. But I was put in a foster home with my sister, and it was just hard growing up and being in a foster home. And Kim and Stacy were not so good foster parents. They treated my sister and I like crap, and I was 4 years old at the time. They're treating us like crap. We weren't even part of their family. And they made us feel terrible. Well, two fortunate people, by the name of Clark and Melinda, they were going through Adoptions America, which is in Ohio, and they found us. They came to visit for the first time, and I got to meet them. And they ended up adopting us. We lived in, I don't remember where we lived, Berkey, Ohio. Lived there for a while, and then we moved again. Now, my adopted dad, Clark, he was a Vietnam veteran, and he had PTSD, and he just didn't want to talk about his feelings. He just didn't want to do it, and it changed him. And he became a very abusive person. He abused me and my sister, and my brother, and my mother especially. And we ended up getting out of there, and we ended up going to House of Ruth in Defiance, Ohio. And we lived there for a while. Then we moved to I forget where. It was still in Defiance. And I'm going to Sonora and Defiance, Ohio. I was bullied off and on all the way through elementary school. And we moved to Archibald, Ohio. I was in my first play, and that was a good thing. I was happy, but there was still this one person that was bullying me. And it just continued and continued. And so that just added to my depression. My little brother was always sick all the time. And we had adopted him when we moved to Pioneer, Ohio with my adopted parents. We ended up adopting him. We ended up going all the way to Texas to get him. And that was actually fun. I remember that trip. And that was a good one, and it was, interesting. And my little brother was sick. He was in and out of the hospital, and had so many surgeries done. And I love that. And I'm going to speed it up a little bit. because this video is 10 minutes long. I don't know if you guys will even view it. And so there's a lot of stuff that's depressing about my life. But we moved to Archibald, Ohio, was in a play. They were being bullied all the time. We had a lot to live for. But my mom was tight on money. And we moved into my grandparents' house. And moved to Angola, Indiana. And I lived there for most of my life. My mom had off and on been dating, and it made it hard for us because I just kind of figured, you know, every guy's just gonna walk out on her and make crap hard. So my brother was getting sick over the years, and like I said, out of hospitals and getting better. And toward the end of my brother's life, he went to Riley Hospital, and they knew he was going to pass away, and they said he didn't have much longer. So we brought him home. He was put on hospice, and I got to spend the last few days with my little brother. Now, March 18th, my little brother passed, March 19th, early in the morning. My little brother passed away sometime in that morning. My mom witnessed my little brother passing away, and she said, it's not like in the movies, it's so much more different. You don't, and it was hard for me, seeing my little brother in that crib and being dead. And I didn't really cry. And everything. I just didn't really cry. 7th grade year was hard for me, you know, dealing with my brother passing away, and it's kind of what added to my depression and everything. And a year later, depression kicked in. I was in 8th grade, you know, going to dances, dating girls, going in and out, and there's just so much. And life got hard after that. I moved to New Haven. I met 2 friends. You know, life was going great. I was doing not so good things. I was 16, going on 17. My friend bought me a pack of cigarettes and got me started on vaping. And my parents knew that I was smoking cigarettes and crap. And they just knew. They never said a word about it. Well, I was there for 2 years, and we moved back to Angola. And I was on my 9th grade year. I met a girl named Chelsea, and it was this relationship, and stuff was difficult. Well, I ended up getting arrested for running away. I was put on probation before that because I kept doing it, and they said enough's enough, put me on probation. So I ended up being sent to YOC in Muncie, and I was there for 9 months to work on my anger and with my relationship with my family. Got out of Muncie, got sent to Spencer House to get started in collaborative care. During that time, I was working at Shoe Carnival, and I met a girl. Actually, I met her when I was skipping school. Her name was Jen, and I fell in love with her. And plan was to go to collaborative care, but plans changed, and I decided that when the court came, I was going to say I'm done. I'm not going to go to collaborative care. Well, July came around, I went to court, my PO yelled at me and screamed at me and said, you know what, if you don't go to collaborative care, I'm going to put you on probation. Well, I had to think fast within a short few minutes of going down the steps and into the other courtroom, and I said, you know what, I have a scheme in my head. I'm going to go out of collaborative care and book it. So that's what I did. 4 months went by after that. I was with her, and stuff went downhill, and she ended up cheating on me, and yeah, it was a bunch of BS. So that happened. She ended up kicking me out on the streets. I was homeless for a little bit, trying to figure what to do. My friend Ryan was there for me, and we went to North Carolina and all that, and once again, I was homeless again. and I was dating a girl named Sierra at the time. Well, here's the funny story is that she had a guy named Austin who was in jail. While he was in jail, she started dating me. She used me the entire time to get her mind off of him. And I didn't really know that until the end of our relationship. And there was that. And my brother and sister have kids. My two sisters have kids, and my brother Chris have kids. And so I just now got back in contact with my brother Chris and Stacy and Anita. Anita not so much, but Stacy yes. Got in contact with them. So fast forward a little bit. Close. My phone's about to die, so I will message you guys soon. I will get on here again, but I'm here now, and I'm here in Portland with my friend slash brother and his wife Tilly. I'm happy. Today I just got hit hard, so I just want to let you guys know about my life. And if you guys watch this, I encourage you guys to watch this to the end. Thank you so much.